Amazing model.
Cinnamon is known for so many things, which is why it's become such a popular choice in the line.
Yeah, and the good point you made initially is that it's standardized, meaning if you looked at the, say, the type A polymers, the thing in our cinnamon extract, the ingredient, the component in our cinnamon extract that gives it its beneficial effects on blood sugar, if you looked at that ingredient or looked for that ingredient in standard great cinnamon spice, it would almost be non-measurable. So meaning that when you get a standard spice, and the same for turmeric, curcumin, when you look at turmeric and the curcuminoids present in a spice in a store, it'll be 1%. In our product, it's 95%.
Wow.
So the same goes for cinnamon, that yes, cinnamon is a healthy spice, and spices are wonderful additions to our diet. But if you're specifically looking for the supportive benefits that cinnamon provides to helping us manage our blood sugar metabolism, our carbohydrate metabolism, then you need to be looking at a standardized extract, because standard normal cinnamon spice that you might put in your cinnamon latte or whatever it might be, or might put on your oatmeal, it doesn't contain any kind of significant amount of the beneficial compounds. So and that's why it's so important that this is declared on our label as a standardized cinnamon extract, and we tell you exactly what it's standardized for. So you know exactly what you're getting and the benefits you can expect.
So highly rated. I mean, truly such an amazing product. And you saw me open up one of the capsules so you can see inside. This is a remarkable opportunity to try cinnamon. Again, you Google cinnamon and benefits of, and there's a long list that you can discover. The pricing is also very exciting. Again, last live presentation where you can get these prices. The price is expiring. $119.90 is what you would pay. If you buy it today, it's $79.90, saving $40. Andrew, would you say one per day?
That's all you need to take is one capsule per day, unless your doctor or healthcare practitioner recommends you take more. But the way the product was designed, in light of the research, one capsule per day should provide that perfect supportive benefit. And what you could also use it for, if you like, because even though it's standardized, it still has that yummy cinnamon aroma and flavor. So Muriel often will sprinkle it on her little cappuccino in the morning. Yeah. I'll sprinkle it on my oat bran in the morning. So it's something that you could also do that, and it just makes that cinnamon flavor more than just cinnamon flavor, but also cinnamon benefits, because the typical cinnamon spice is not providing those benefits.
Andrew's Ultimate Friendly Flora. This is an amazing probiotic that you do not need to refrigerate, doesn't need any babying, and can absolutely, again, make a big difference. Andrew, let's talk about 1,600 five-star reviews and 25 billion potency.
Well, the 25 billion, let's put that in context. We know that our planet is overpopulated. I think there's 8 billion people on it. So we have more than 25 billion colony-forming units in each capsule, not in multiple capsules that you have to take a handful, but in one single capsule. The other thing that's fascinating about probiotic organisms, and it's something that the other companies are so busy promoting their benefits, saying it's going to treat your constipation or your whatever your things in your GI tract. They basically position them like they're a digestive medication. What's fascinating about probiotics, I think once you learn that what's called your microbiome, where these friendly flora exist, where these probiotic organisms exist in your body, called the microbiome, in that microbiome, just in the colon, there are more organisms in a healthy colon than you have cells in your entire body. And I mean, just let's think about this for a while, that a normal, healthy human being, the organisms living in their colon will outnumber their cells in their body. That's part of a healthy human being, a healthy human digestive tract. So it's indispensable for healthy digestive function, nutrient absorption, regularity, all of those things. So it's an opportunity with a product like Ultimate Friendly Flora. It's an opportunity to reconstitute what the way we live, the way we eat has diminished. That unfortunately we've so sterilized our food supply for safety that we want to avoid all the pathogens, all the bad bacteria, that when we sterilize and protect ourselves from those, we're doing away with all the friendly flora, all of the things we want in our microbiome. Unless, of course, we're eating things like yogurt or kimchi or things like that where we have an opportunity, fermented foods. So it's unfortunate, but the way we live, the way we eat, it makes it imperative that we reconstitute that microbiome. And the way we go about formulating our Ultimate Friendly Flora, and it's been a labor of love now for almost 2 decades. Yeah. We were working on it for 4 decades, but we couldn't find a mix of ingredients that would tolerate not requiring refrigeration. Right. That was the first thing we needed to do because we wanted to make a formula that would be stable at your house and stable with normal handling. We were able to do that about 20 years ago. Then all of the different organisms we choose are the organisms that in the research were demonstrated to have the greatest benefits in terms of our digestive system, were associated with the greatest health benefits. So you just look at the healthiest microbiomes from the healthiest people, and that's what we deliver. It's very straightforward research.
I was so concerned before the show, I didn't want this to get lost in the mix because this item alone deserves to be on a pedestal and with a spotlight on it. It is a phenomenal probiotic. A lot of people always ask Andrew about what vitamins does he take. A lot of people ask us hosts what we take. This for me is on the non-negotiables, and I even have the card from when Andrew first presented it with me, and I wrote down the thing that got me into this, which was things like antacids and proton pump inhibitors that we were talking about earlier. They do inhibit, in terms of upset, pH in stomach, making for challenges for friendly flora to populate. And when Andrew explained that to me, and I was using those as well, it made all the sense in the world. I need to help my body, Andrew, get what it needs.
Well, it's really simple to understand. If we take an antibiotic, it basically is like setting off a nuclear bomb for your microbiome. Antibiotics simply kill the organisms. If you take a proton pump inhibitor, it's like maybe turning the thermostat up in your house to 100 degrees. It's not going to be very comfortable for anyone to be there. So when you start taking a PPI, a proton pump inhibitor, or other things that change gastric pH, it might be desirable to alleviate inflammation or things going on in your digestive system. But at the same time, it affects digestion. It also affects the environment that these organisms live in.
Andrew's secure meal replacement bars that launched just a few short weeks ago are available, but down to the final few hundred. There are 2 flavors, double chocolate almond brownie or the peanut butter chocolate chip. If you didn't see the launch, these were a big hit. Not only is it 2 servings per bar with 16 vitamins and minerals per serving, the protein, the fiber, even things like biotin in there, plant-based, non-GMO, no added sugar, gluten, lactose, and dairy-free. They are delicious. People have already been saying, and I have done exactly the same thing, if you are on the go, you're on the move. Andrew, I bring one of these to work. I got the variety pack when we launched it, but I bring one of these to work for a late evening snack, and it keeps me happy, satisfied, and sustained.
And basically, I should let everyone know, the graphic should be better up there. There's no 24 bars left. Right. There's really no 6 bars left. There might be a few straggling chocolate 6 bars. The only thing we have left in all likelihood are the chocolate 12s. So we're probably going to move along here quickly, but there's no 24s left. There's probably just chocolate 6. And if you can, Adam, if you could show everyone the chocolate bar or the peanut bar, just so they see that these are really food bars. These are not some synthetic looking bar, that when you look at the chocolate bar, it is chocolate, and it is chocolate brownie with almonds. So it is for real. And that's 2 meals in that bar. So what you're looking at there, in the future, when we come back, this is the last opportunity to get the 60 gram, the 2 meal bars. In the future, there'll be 30 gram, there'll be 1 meal bars. So that's going to be coming. We have to wait for the tooling to make the new 30 gram bars. And the peanut, which I believe there's only, might be a smattering left in the 12 count.
Yes.
The peanut looks the same with real peanuts in the bar. It's peanut butter with real peanuts in the bar and chocolate chips in the bar.
Finally, in the realm of big deals, turmeric is indeed here today with ultra high potency. You know, we were talking about Googling ingredients. If you Google turmeric, oh my gosh. The list of benefits that you will see is through the roof. People talk about a lot of things, many of which I'm not allowed to talk about on TV, but certainly I can talk about joint health. I can talk about how most turmeric is not properly absorbed in the body. I've sold many turmeric products over the years, and Andrew taught me, although turmeric is sold every day across this great country, the scariest thing of all is most of that turmeric is not being absorbed into your body as effectively as it should be, because it's got to be standardized in the correct form. Andrew's turmeric is regarded as the best in the world. I'll read a couple reviews. $89.90 is a spectacular price. It's the lowest. I don't remember it personally being lower than this in recent memory. Wonder working power. I have been so happy with these turmeric capsules. I take 2 per day and I have no joint discomfort unless I forget to take them. Even then, I just feel a little twinge. I can't even call it discomfort. I recommend them to a colleague who had joint discomfort in his feet and knees, and he can't believe that the Turmeric 400 has taken away all of the joint discomfort. He's on his 2nd bottle. I tell everybody about my results. I will not try any other brand because the quality of these capsules are wonderful. Thank you, Andrew. Look at this review. Most people leave like a 20-word review. This is like 100. Okay, I cannot say enough about Turmeric 400 and many of Andrew's supplements. I am 60 years of age, and from the time I was a teenager, my ankles would make a snapping or cracking sound. I just accepted it. About 6 years ago, I started having discomfort in one of my knees. The turmeric not only stopped the snapping in my ankles, but gave my knee major relief. When marine collagen peptides came out, I tried it, and both issues are completely resolved. All of my joints remain discomfort-free and flexible due to both these amazing supplements. I take 2 turmeric capsules and 2 scoops of marine collagen daily. Everyone I have recommended them to has seen great results. I'll do one last one. Turmeric and Andrew Lessman. As with any supplement, you always want the best of the product and not fillers. With Andrew Lessman's products, you know you're getting 100% product and nothing else. Pure, clean, simple, and trustworthy. The Turmeric 400 helps to reduce uncomfortable joints and stiffness and helps to protect liver and brain tissue. Thank you, Andrew Lessman, for your diligence and constant efforts to help all of us live a healthier life. I'm a big believer in turmeric, so I find this easy to talk about. Maybe it's knowing Andrew for so long and knowing how this is on his list of really top 10. Even if you don't buy it right now, promise me you'll look up turmeric and what it could do for you, because I think you'll be shocked and amazed and excited about trying it. Our top line graphics really give you an example in terms of high potency. Yes, it is, but optimum benefits. That pricing, if I show you live, that's significantly cut. That 240 caps down from $140 to $89.90 is a $50 saving. Turmeric products are a dime a dozen. You can go on any website, search turmeric, and you'll see a bazillion products. In fact, just a next door neighbor of mine, Ron and Nini, a lovely couple. Ron had asked me about turmeric because he'd been taking a certain turmeric supplement for many years, and he saw me on TV presenting this one, and he asked me, you know, is it any, you know, like you would probably ask me, is it really any good? Yes, it's the best. Let's talk about feeling younger or more youthful. Let's talk about our body working the way it used to, with stronger, healthier joints. Let's talk about elasticity and flexibility. Andrew, as we get older, it just seems to be, or many of us, all of us think it's just part of the plan. It's aches and pains. It's our neck, elbow, hips, knees. There is something we can help our body with, and that's this product.
Yeah, it's funny. I was just having dinner with my mom tonight, and we were talking about our joints and things like that. My mom plays mahjong, which is kind of this tile game, and she plays several days a week, and you move your arms hundreds of times during a game of mahjong. So she's kind of getting like a repetitive use syndrome in her shoulders and arms. So I make a special vitamin blend for her that puts everything into a powder that she then puts in a smoothie. So she was asking me about her joints and making sure that she was getting her collagen peptides in the powder and her glucosamine and chondroitin. So she does, in fact, get them. And it's basically just a building block for tissues that, like everything, as my mom said at dinner tonight, it's not fun getting old.
Right.
But if we are getting old, at least if we recognize some of the consequences of aging that we actually have a say in, that we could actually deliver to our body certain ingredients that impact the way our body ages and helps us retain some of those more youthful qualities or faculties. Talking about that with circulation and vein support in terms of maintaining the resiliency, the strength, the integrity, the flexibility of those blood vessels so they're not leaky and our tissue's not swelling. The same concept with our joints, that elasticity, that flexibility that we associate with youth. As long as we make sure that the body has the ingredients necessary to preserve that in abundance, then we have a greater opportunity to preserve those youthful qualities. I certainly can run and sprint like most people my age cannot, and I don't think I would be able to do what I do today had I not been supplementing for the last 40 plus years.
And that's the big difference. It's about saying, I'm going to do something. I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to make a difference with the right products. And these are the right products. Again, the quality of this, the integrity of the ingredients. I'll read 2 really fast reviews. So again, you get a better understanding. Currently, there are, I believe, well over 1,000, 1,100 5-star reviews. This first review says, works wonders. I ran out of my first bottle and never want that to happen again. Beforehand, I had been taking over-the-counter supplements and they just weren't working. Once I started taking this glucosamine and chondroitin, my hands feel so much better. Next one, the missing link. The glucosamine and chondroitin product was the missing link for my legs and knees. I was already taking circulation and vein support. That's the product we just had. But when I added glucosamine and chondroitin, the 2 products together took away all the discomfort. What a relief. I feel so grateful to Andrew for all his wonderful products that really do a great job. Mary in South Carolina. Again, it's knowledge, right, Andrew? It's when we have the right information, we can make those wise decisions. And this is a wise decision.
And again, it's not glucosamine and chondroitin are not a drug or a medicine that works on our joints to treat inflammation or pain or anything like that. What glucosamine and chondroitin are, they're the building blocks that our body uses and our body requires to maintain joint tissue, to repair joint tissue. Because again, we'd all have to be pretty naive to think that as much as we abuse and put wear and tear in our joints, that our body isn't working hard to repair that. And your body needs raw materials to repair those tissues. And as I always say, most of us eat, and we eat in a fashion that's not necessarily conscious of the various systems in our body. But at least if we supplement intelligently, we could target the systems that need support. And for most of us, our joints need that little bit of extra support.
That price is about to go up. So folks, if you want to save more than half off, that largest size, there's the capsules, or there's the 900 bulk powder, which, Andrew, I'm really pleased to see available tonight as well, because that's another great option and saves you some money.
And on the 900, because you're getting 300 additional servings, they're not in capsules. But what's different about glucosamine and chondroitin, we do this with our fruitful antioxidants, our cruciferous extracts. We do this with our green foods. And all of those mix well with water. When it comes to glucosamine and chondroitin, it's something that mixes well into a smoothie or into a hot cereal or something like that. It's not immediately and specifically water soluble. So it's not something you throw into some water the way you would Secure or fruitful antioxidant extracts. This is something that is intended to go into a smoothie. It's incredibly affordable. It's a great savings, but it's not something that you mix straight into water.
If you want to try it, please give us a call. Again, that price is about to go up with our last live airing happening right now. This CoQ10 is unlike anything else you can find in the regular vitamin stores, big box stores around the country. This is something Andrew introduced to the United States and started to talk about, and really created a snowball effect. I absolutely swear by Andrew's CoQ10. Not a day goes by where I'm not taking it. This is something that you could spend, Andrew, an hour discussing the benefits and the excitement surrounding it.
An hour? I could spend a day. I could spend it today talking about its benefits to cardiovascular and heart health. I could spend a day talking about its benefits to those taking cholesterol-lowering statin drugs, to folks taking antidepressants, to folks taking, say, bisphosphonates, drugs for osteoporosis or osteopenia. There's no, sure, I could spend a day talking about its benefits just in terms of energy, the synthesis of energy in every cell, that most people go about seeking energy, producing energy. We think about calories. We might have a piece of candy or sugar, but we're not short of calories. It's like our gas tank is already full. We have plenty of fuel. So the reason we lack energy has nothing to do with an abundance of fuel. Yeah. The reason we lack energy has more to do with the chemistry within our body. Yes. So rather than taking a stimulant, which is most energy products' simple solution to this, is just provide a stimulant. Stimulates the brain, stimulates the nervous system. You feel like you have more energy. In reality, you don't have any more energy. And the true reality is eventually you'll end up with far less energy, digging yourself a hole, an even deeper hole you'll have to climb out of. But the way our body works, we have trillions of cells. Each cell must produce its own energy. Within each cell, there are certain components that can be limiting of that production of energy. It's not fuel, as I said before. We have plenty of carbohydrate, glucose, glycogen, fat to use as fuel. But there are certain nutrients that become more and more limited in their availability as we age, because we take certain medications, whether we're under stress, given the way we eat in this country. And CoQ10 is the top of the list of ingredients that are essential for all energy production, essential for the functioning of our most important organs, the best functioning, optimum functioning. But as we get older, it's just one of the definitions of aging is our body having less and less of this critical energy producing, pretty much life-optimizing ingredient. And I've been talking about it for now, sort of believe, 39 years.
Amazing.
My first CoQ10 product was introduced in 1984, decades before most other companies even heard of it. So no one knows CoQ10 better than we do. No one makes a more comprehensive or better reviewed CoQ10 formula than we do.
Well, with that being said, the extra special savings, if you're ordering today, are through the roof. You can see here on this side, there's a 30, 60, 120, or 240 capsules. The largest size, I mean, normally would be $200. Today, you save $60 if you're placing your order, and it's on FlexPay, and it's free shipping and handling. I'll read a couple of reviews as well, so you get some idea of what people are saying. I mean, remember, there's 3,600 perfect 5-star reviews, which is really phenomenal. So on this side, you'll see, I mean, the reviews are so similar. Everybody seems to say the same exciting things. Keeps you going with energy. I know when I don't have any energy is when I don't have CoQ10. It helps me get through the toughest part of the day in the afternoon. My partner and sons love it as much as I do. I can't imagine being without CoQ10. Part of my health routine. This is an essential part of my wellness routine. I've done lots of research on the product and have found Andrew's to be the best. I've been taking it for several years. On my most recent wellness exam, my physician, after discussing my weight loss, diet choices, supplements, I took the results of my numbers, blood pressure, cholesterol, exclaimed, how does it feel to be in charge of your health? Well, it feels wonderful. Thank you, Andrew. Andrew, that last line is important. You know, being in charge of your own body, being in charge of your health, being in charge of what you're putting into your body, and taking control. And these things that we're offering today help us do just that.
Yeah, I think that oftentimes it gets so confusing that we forget how much power that we do possess.
Right.
And the greatest power we possess is what we put in our body, what we eat, and what we do with our body. And CoQ10 it's a very simple, straightforward ingredient. Unfortunately, not readily available from a healthy diet, unfortunately. So as we get older, our body makes, unfortunately, our body makes less and less CoQ10 as we age. The typical diet only delivers a few milligrams a day. So even if you have a few milligrams of CoQ10 in the supplement, it doubles effectively what we get from our diet. At 200 milligrams, it really overcomes the difference that we have because of our lifestyle, the stress we live under, the way we eat, unfortunately, the various habits we have. So it's sort of just a reality check. It's a product that's sort of non-judgmental, but it benefits us no matter where we find ourselves, no matter how healthy we are, no matter how much we might make decisions that are less than ideal. We all, as we age, suffer from a diminishing supply of CoQ10. And with that diminishing supply comes a diminished ability to produce energy, a diminished ability for our heart, our liver, our brain, and key organs to produce the energy they need. So CoQ10 is just, I think, it's defining of life.
Yes.
No cell can exist without CoQ10. So it's just one of those common sense supplement ingredients that the unanimity of the reviews, how unanimous the reviews are, and we don't pull out the bad reviews. No. It's just an indication of how important this is and the enormous difference it could make in one's life.
I want to just quickly touch upon a couple things. First of all, we are very, very busy. This is a special savings, which of course is a big incentive to order, massive discounts if you're ordering today. It's one of Andrew's top selling products of all time, one of his most highly reviewed items of all time. So there's a lot preceding it. Its reputation most certainly precedes it. But one of the things that, Andrew, you and I touch on, and I do this more and more now as I've got to know more and more about vitamins and supplements, when you read the labels, when you read your label and you look at the percentages and the levels, they are so much greater and more varied and more comprehensive than the other guys.
Well, even you look at CoQ10 and there are all these different, there's now CoQ10 gummies, which are just candy with additives. And then the other products have all sorts of interesting fatty acid additives, which you don't need those either. The most important thing to add to a CoQ10 product are the nutrients that CoQ10 partners with to accomplish its results, because not everyone gets adequate amounts of those. So when we deliver CoQ10, we want to make sure that you have every component necessary to make that investment in CoQ10 deliver a return to you.
This is Andrew's amazing high protection all skin type sunscreen called Soleil. It is a natural sunscreen that is easily absorbed, lightweight, 100% mineral based, and we just launched the brand new version. It is now infused with soothing cucumber. I keep thinking about the bars, the cucumber extract for smoother application. It comes in 3 sizes. We have a 2 ounce, a 4 ounce, or a 6 ounce. I've already ordered mine. I ordered one of this larger and one of the smaller. If you've ever tried Soleil before, you will love the new cucumber. If you've never tried it before, Andrew, typical sunscreens are full of chemicals. You have refined this even more so. It's the best it's ever been, and I love it.
Yeah, typical sunscreens contain what I consider and many experts consider toxic chemicals. The only sunscreen you really want to use, the only sunscreen period you want to use is zinc oxide. And that should be the only chemical, the only sunscreen material you ever use. The classic chemical sunscreens, avobenzone, oxybenzone, all of those chemicals have no business being put on anyone's skin at all. With Soleil, and we've had Soleil originally going back well over 20 years, with Soleil, I always enjoyed using it because it was so much better than any other sunscreen on the market.
Yes.
Now, when I use it, it's not just that it's better than any other sunscreen on the market. It truly goes on your skin and the addition of the cucumber extract. Some people in the past, maybe they didn't love the fragrance. Some people in the past maybe didn't like the way it went on skin, that it was a little thicker sometimes going on, even though it goes on better than any other zinc oxide sunscreen. Today, this magical cucumber ingredient, again, Mother Nature at her very best, gives it this wonderful, fresh aroma, and it applies beautifully. And the natural byproduct of cucumber, which was the really exciting thing about the ingredient in the first place, the fragrance and the application were a side benefit. I wanted to add an ingredient that was soothing to the skin. Because, of course, we're applying this to the skin. We're out in the sun. The sun is potentially, obviously, damaging to our skin. So by adding this soothing ingredient, Mother Nature did her thing and made our already amazing sunscreen the perfect zinc oxide sunscreen, the perfect sunscreen, period.
You have to buy sunscreen. We know we have to buy sunscreen. This is the best sunscreen. It's the natural sunscreen. It's the one that goes on easily, and I know I sound like a broken record, but I want to make sure I repeat this. It smells divine. Andrew just used the word refreshing. It is that cucumber scent, very soft, very mellow, but it is wonderful. We're busy on the larger size and the medium size. Don't forget, if you just want one that you can throw in your purse, go for the smaller size as well. You can apply this before you do your makeup. It is easy application and so lightweight. It is not greasy in the slightest. Andrew, folks don't realize you spent 2 decades researching this. This isn't just the product of a couple months' work.
I started doing this back in the late 90s because sunscreen was something that I realized was a toxic burden on most people, because almost all sunscreens were chemical at that time. And because we had so much ingredient experience, zinc oxide, what is that? It's a mineral. We've been looking at different sources of zinc, zinc citrate, zinc oxide, zinc aspartate, for even at that time 20 some odd years. I've been making vitamins for 44 years. So it was a natural thing for us to be doing, and certainly our original sunscreen back 25 years ago was the best zinc oxide sunscreen, period. And even if it was available today, it would still be considered amazing. But today's Soleil, it is without question, if you look at the ingredient panel, how healthy the ingredients are for you and for the planet, there is no sunscreen on the planet that comes close to this. And then when you consider the pricing, the other day was our Today Special pricing. Even our pricing today, other than that Today Special, it's the best pricing in 25 years of doing this.
It's your choice of vitamin D, 3,000, 2,000, or 1,000 IU.
Yeah, well, vitamin D, we've always known that you can't absorb calcium without it, but that's the least, in my mind, of the powerful benefits that we need to focus on with vitamin D. We talk about the critical role our immune system plays. We've learned how important a healthy immune system is over the last several years. The single most important vitamin for healthy immune system function, as critical as vitamin C is, as critical as vitamin B12 is, as critical as vitamin E is, they can't hold a candle to vitamin D. And so when you're looking at vitamin D, and all our potencies are the same price. So you get to, we don't discriminate. So whatever you're choosing, you're going to pay the large size less than a dime a capsule. So whatever potency you choose, it's less than a dime a capsule, which is just an exciting opportunity, whether you choose 1,000, 3,000, whatever you choose. It's the same price per capsule. And vitamin D is, as Adam said to start off with, there's no vitamin that comes close to it in the scope, the breadth, all of the dynamic benefits it provides. And there's no vitamin that compares to it in cost. We have some pretty affordable separate vitamins. Vitamin D is still the least expensive. Here we are, just at a special pricing for the visit, and we're less than a dime a capsule, again, whatever potency you choose. And I would, if someone asked me about all the vitamins, whether it's vitamin A, B, all the B vitamins, C, D, E, vitamin, even K2, MK7, which we'll talk about in a moment, which vitamin would I not want to go a single day of my life not having an ideal level? I'd say vitamin D for two reasons. Both because it has the greatest scope of benefits over the course of your lifetime. Also, it's so inexpensive, it's so cheap, there's no excuse.
Right.
So it's to think that you could get our most potent vitamin D, 5,000 IU, you could get that for less than $0.10 a capsule. And even if you took that once a week, that still is making a profound benefit in supporting your immune system, in supporting your skeletal system, in supporting your brain, the age-related changes in your brain. There is no organ that can escape the benefits of vitamin D. It touches everything, it benefits everything, and it's how often is it in life where usually when someone's telling you how unique and special and amazing and all the broad scope of benefits, you'd figure the next words out of my mouth when I'm talking about all the exciting benefits, that vitamin D is more than a vitamin. It's almost what they call a prohormone. That when you hear me talking about how unique and special it is, the next words out of my mouth are going to be how expensive it is.
Sure.
Well, for lack of a better word, the next words out of my mouth is how cheap it is. So whether you choose 1,000, 2, 3, 4, 5,000, it's less than $0.10 a day. So it's unbelievably exciting. It's a tiny capsule. It's easy to swallow. Will never upset your stomach, and it gives you benefits that you just don't want to go a day without having your vitamin D at healthy levels. In fact, most doctors have made vitamin D levels a standard part of the testing they do at a checkup, just as they check your cholesterol level or your blood sugar level. They're looking at your vitamin D level.
I mean, you know, the most affordable of everything we've showcased tonight, and everything we've showcased tonight has been incredibly priced, but even that larger size of the 720 caps is coming in at $69.90. That is on FlexPay and free shipping and handling. I'll read 3 quick reviews. Again, you must understand, thousands of reviews, the majority are absolutely perfectly rated, which is an amazing accomplishment. This first one says, awesome. This product has helped me. They are easy to take and I never have any upset stomach. Andrew Lessman's products have helped maintain the quality of my life and I truly believe they have helped to support my health. I use many of his products and can honestly say they have all worked. I would like to thank Andrew from the bottom of my heart for his sincerity and wonderful products. Kathy in Pennsylvania says, great product. These vitamin D3 capsules are great. Their smaller size makes it easier to swallow compared to other pills. I have a hard time swallowing pills, so I was very happy to see the smaller size of these capsules. I have no problem taking these daily. And then finally, I do get a lot of sun, but Andrew mentioned that this is the most important vitamin to take, especially in the winter months when we don't get enough sunlight. I feel so much better taking this supplement. Thank you, Andrew.
And also, our body's ability to convert sunlight, ultraviolet radiation, which exposure to ultraviolet radiation, as we know, is not necessarily a good thing for our skin. It's the most damaging force to our skin. But exposure to sunlight doesn't yield a significant amount of vitamin D. But just to give you a sense of how affordable this could be, if you chose the 3,000 or 5,000, with vitamin D, you could take that just, say, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 3 days a week.
Right.
And then if you do that 3 days a week and you've got the 720 capsule supply, what does that mean? You're going to be 240 weeks. What is 240 weeks? That's just short of 5 years. So if you're investing $69.90 over 5 years, what does that end up being? That ends up being about $14 a year or a little over $1 a month. So, and that's giving you, if you're taking 5,000 IU 3 times a week or 3,000 IU 3 times a week, that's giving you an exceptional amount of vitamin D. It's going to give you healthy vitamin D levels. So you could take it every day as I do, or you could use it in a fashion that's more economical. In that fashion, my goal is not only you're getting the benefits, but you're getting the most benefits from all of my products that you can get within whatever your budget is. And vitamin D it's super exciting, not because of its health benefits, but because its health benefits are accessible to everyone, no matter what your budget is. You're still probably able to find a few pennies a week. And if you could find a few pennies a week, even if you're taking one 5,000 IU capsule for 9 cents, basically a penny a day, you're benefiting. And that's exciting to me.
Vitamin K2, MK7, there is so much to understand and so much to learn. A really important opportunity. Andrew, let's dive into it for the few minutes that we have. Again, you shined a spotlight on this that I think most folks didn't even realize what this is all about.
I've been talking about vitamin K2, MK7 now for well over a decade. It's kind of like so many other products that we talk about it long before anyone else does. So probably about 15 years. You're starting to see it elsewhere. You have for the last 5 to 7 years. But I always refer to vitamin K2, MK7 as the most important vitamin that no one's ever heard of. Yeah, we've heard of vitamin K1 maybe, especially if we might be taking drugs that have to do with blood clotting, because we have to watch our intake of vitamin K1 and vitamin K1. In fact, vitamin K is called vitamin K because of its relationship to clotting, blood coagulation. In German, where it was originally discovered, obviously things are spelled differently. Coagulation is spelled with a K, so it's vitamin K1. But vitamin K2, MK7, its role is not in blood coagulation. Its role is in the management and distribution of calcium in our body. So yes, it's critical that we deliver calcium to our body, but at the same time, too much or that ingredient in the wrong place is not good. So we know we need calcium in our bones. We know we need calcium in our tissues throughout our body, but we don't want calcification. We don't want calcification in our joints, and we certainly don't want calcification in our blood vessels. Vitamin K2, MK7, its role, I often say it's sort of like the calcium traffic cop.
Yes.
It decides where calcium goes and ought to go and ought to stay, and where calcium is not permitted to go and shouldn't go and is damaging if it goes there. So it ensures that calcium stays in our joints and bones, bones and not in our joints. It ensures it doesn't or reduces any possibility or likelihood that it ends up in our blood vessels. In fact, the absolute measure of that is if you look at blood vessel flexibility. Blood vessel flexibility, artery flexibility goes down with calcification. When folks take vitamin K2, MK7, they notice and measure an increase in blood vessel flexibility, which is the best sign of youthful blood vessels, healthy blood vessels, is their flexibility, their resiliency, and that's what vitamin K2, MK7 supports.
Pricing, obviously extra special savings because Andrew is here today with some great today's specials. We're benefiting from extra savings, 30, 60, 180 or 360. That largest size, biggest value, $89.90. Let me read 3 reviews which follow really everything Andrew's just said. It's so many people opening their eyes to how valuable this is and how important this is. Innovative, happy to begin a new course from a trusted source. I sought the advice of my physicians before taking vitamin K2, MK7. My doctors did the research of the product and directed me to go ahead and begin a supplement as there was no conflict. I will no longer be sending calcium to my arteries. Thank you, Andrew Lessman, for the endless research, easily understood education, and quality products you bring to us. An essential oil. I take many ProCaps Labs products and love them. I feel they are helping me take care of myself for the days ahead. When Andrew first came out with this product, I waited for the reviews, then started doing my own research. This is a must-have that I would say everyone should start taking when you hit your 30s. Directing calcium to the right place and not the wrong place is essential. Keep up the great work. Andrew, it's that, you know, it's everything you just said. We know the importance of calcium, but if we're going to take the calcium, it has absolutely got to go to the right places and not the wrong places.
But what's fun about, if you saw me right now, you'd see me smiling. I'm not smiling because of the positive reviews. I'm smiling because I love that the reviews show that people read the science.
Yes.
That they might hear what I say, they get curious, and they go online and they start doing some research and read the science, which is really exciting to read the reviews that you don't have to take my word for it. If you dig into the science, all you'll do is get even more excited. And again, I commented on this later, one of the biggest criticisms I have is that when people get excited about the products, they say, why weren't you more excited? It's that, but I try to be even-tempered. I don't want to look like I'm some snake oil salesman. I want to make sure that all I am is an advocate for the science, not an advocate for the product, but an advocate for the science. And as I've always said, if I know I make the best products, then all anyone needs to learn about is the ingredient. And eventually, they'll try someone else's product or they'll find my product. But I'm happy if someone benefits, whether it's my product or anyone else's. The key and the whole goal I have is just stimulating people's curiosity about taking care of ourselves, because the more we learn about taking care of ourselves, the healthier we become. Whether you take my products or not, it's unavoidable. The more you learn, the healthier you become.
It's one of the things, though, Andrew, that the lady mentioned in that first review was a trusted source. And that doesn't come easily. And that's taken, you know, all these years on television at HSN and QVC. And it's why we all continue to tune in today, because you have become a trusted source. And it's something you should be very proud of.
Well, that's very, very kind of you to say. And I take that responsibility. My mom always told me in school and things like that, when I did well on some test exam when I was young, that, okay, we now know you're smart. That comes with responsibility. So I take whatever gifts I had, having great parents, and being in this position now to make products that can make a difference in people's lives, to make them responsibly, to educate them about them responsibly, never overstating the claims. If anything, as I often get criticized, I understate the claims. I'd rather understate the claims and encourage everyone to learn and then to benefit from the product. So I thank you, Adam, for the kind words. I love the fact that when I go on air with you, you're a perfect partner in being a calm, rational voice and not high. These ingredients are exciting enough on their own that they don't need any hype. They just need to be educated, provided the education and information. And as I've said in the past, the products then sell themselves, and the reorders come because the products work.
And on that wonderful note, Andrew, we want to say congratulations to you on a wonderful day. And one more time to wish your mom a happy, happy 90th birthday. Here's to many more. When will we see you again?
You'll see me in about a month in April. Really, really exciting visit. Today's special for our multivitamin Essential One. Today's special for... So that's our big April is always super exciting, and this will be no exception.
This is maybe one of the most delightful selections in the show, because when you read the reviews about Ultimate Eye Support, I don't know whether it's a healthy skepticism or just a pleasant surprise, but there are so many love stories about Andrew's Ultimate Eye. People don't think that really there is anything that could be done, can be done. Andrew, your Ultimate Eye Support, which has been around for years, is more potent, more powerful than it has ever been.
Well, just the fact that long before anyone ever thought about putting lutein in the supplement, we did as soon as it was available. The same with zeaxanthin as soon as it was available. For many, many years, there were eye support products, and I'm sure there still are, that don't even contain lutein and zeaxanthin. It's unimaginable to make an eye support product that doesn't contain both of those vital carotenoids. What's great about any supplement with lutein and zeaxanthin, when they're done correctly, is as important as lutein and zeaxanthin are for the eyes, the research now makes it crystal clear that it's also important for the brain. That lutein and zeaxanthin are concentrated in the brain, and it protects the aging brain. So when you're doing something for your eyes here, you're doing something for your brain. But in terms of your eyes, lutein and zeaxanthin are not something that works on your eyes. Certainly they are something that protects your eyes, but they are something that actually is part of how your eye works, meaning that lutein and zeaxanthin, they're defined as the macular pigment in the eye. So just as calcium doesn't work on your bones, calcium is part of the structure of your bones. Lutein and zeaxanthin are part of the structural function of your eyes. So it's not an optional ingredient, unfortunately, in America. Once again, it's an ingredient that we do not get abundantly in our diet. If you're eating lots of green leafy vegetables like spinach and kale and mustard greens and collard greens and green beans, then you'd get an abundance of at least lutein. Zeaxanthin is very difficult. So it's again, and to give you an idea of how deficient our diet is, one capsule of this product not a day, one capsule a week will more than double the typical amount of lutein and zeaxanthin in the diet.
Wow.
So if you take 1 or 2 capsules a day, you're getting whether it's 14, 28 times the levels. So the levels in the typical American diet of lutein and zeaxanthin are frighteningly low.
Wow.
And our eyes pay the price, our brains pay the price. So this is an opportunity to get lutein and zeaxanthin, also get rich anthocyanin-rich extracts for night vision and also for the circulation to your eyes. So there's no more comprehensive, more broad-based eye support, eye health product than our Ultimate Eye Support.
Andrew, forgive me, I don't know if I misheard that. Did you say that taking just one of these per week in most cases doubles the intake from what we typically receive from our diet?
Unfortunately, that's the truth.
Wow.
The typical American diet delivers just a few milligrams of lutein and zeaxanthin. So when you look at this product, in a single capsule, you're going to be getting 9 milligrams. So even if you're only getting 1 or 2 milligrams a day of lutein and zeaxanthin, that means you get, say, 7 to 14 milligrams a week of lutein and zeaxanthin from the diet. You're going to get right in the middle of that with 1 capsule. So by taking 1 capsule, you've now doubled your levels of lutein and zeaxanthin. It's, of course, meant to be taken 1 capsule every day. But what I always like to say that with my products is that, again, with CoQ10, that's 200 milligrams a capsule. We probably get 3 to 5 milligrams a day from diet. So 1 capsule a month is more than many people get in a month from their diet. So to get a sense of the difference you could make, I encourage everyone to use these on a daily basis, but one shouldn't think that if you can't afford to use it every day, 1 capsule of CoQ10 a week is far better than nothing. A capsule of Ultimate Eye twice a week, every other day, is still so much better than just leaving it to our diet. So I want everyone to think that even the most limited budget can still experience a dramatic difference in the critical nutrients we provide our bodies.
Well, it's Mother Nature's best tools. It's more potent and powerful and more inexpensive, really, than you could ever imagine. I mean, if you look here, for 3060, 180, or the 360 discounted if you're ordering today, down from $160 to under $120, with a view to, you know, understanding what people say and the differences that people notice. Here's a couple reviews that you can find online at hsn.com. Great product. Like all of Andrew's products, this is wonderful, and I take a lot of his products. This is a see the difference product, no pun intended. Just had an eye exam and I couldn't be happier. At my age, I was expecting a not so good report, but was so happy when the doctor told me my prescription has not changed in the last 3 years. Wow, I told him the vitamins I was taking and he told me, don't stop, they are working. I'll do one more. Thank you. My aging eyes were suffering from dryness at night. I had tried several over-the-counter eye drops my eye doctor recommended, but never felt they helped that much. After doing some research and reading the reviews on this, I decided to give it a try. I was amazed after taking this product for just a few days that I no longer needed the drops of my eyes. My eyes feel moisturized. This is a reorder. I tried Ultimate Eye Support for 60 days and now I will not be without my eyes. Thank you. Andrew, I've asked you this for 15 years. Is it ever too late to start taking this product?
Just the opposite. That when we're young, our body does well when we don't give it what it needs. We have the flexibility, the adaptability of youth. As we get older, our body is starving for the kind of support that a supplement like this or a healthy diet might provide. So it's never too late. In fact, the longer you've waited, the greater the results will be when you finally decide to give your body what it needs. And it's something that Review just talked about. I never really mention this. I always talk about night vision, sharpness of vision, adapting to dark, adapting to light, the changes that come with age in our vision. But I always forget to talk about dry eyes, which is just a natural thing that happens with all of us as we age. But when we give our body the protective nutrients it needs, when we give it things that support healthy circulation to and from the eyes, we get to see an amazing difference in all of the things that we just think there's nothing we could do about, that we're getting older, our eyes get dry. That, yes, we're getting older, but there are ways to give our body what it needs to age more gracefully. And when it comes to Ultimate Eye, it's a part of our body that really determines the quality of our life. And if we give it the attention it deserves, we really get to literally see a difference.
Thank you for all of your orders on Ultimate Eye.
Have questions? Find the answers at hsn.com. Search customer service to see our frequently asked questions. Use the search field to locate what you need. Want to know more? We're always here for you. Email, live chat, or call us. Customer service, anytime, anyway.
One of the most popular supplements sold around the country is an omega product. A lot of people buy an omega product and then don't buy it again because they don't like the taste, they don't like the fishy aftertaste, they don't like taking it. This is Andrew's Omega Maximum Essential Omega product that is the best in the world. Andrew, the body cannot make what this omega product gives you.
Well, the body cannot make omega-3 fats at all. That's one of their defining characteristics. I always say that the omega-3 fats are sort of cousins of vitamins, because what defines a vitamin, what defines a mineral, our body can't make them. We have to deliver them to our body. Or if we don't do so, we suffer the consequences. When it comes to omega-3s, your body can't make them. You have to deliver them from our diet. The typical American diet is absolutely deficient in omega-3 fats. And when you think about the fact that 2/3 of the weight of our brain is an omega-3 fat.
Wow.
That the highest even higher concentration than that is the DHA in omega-3. So DHA is the principal component in the retina of our eye. Now, we just talked about lutein and zeaxanthin. Lutein and zeaxanthin is essentially swimming in DHA, an omega-3 in our eye, and that's the vital structure of our eye, the most critical part of our eye. And DHA is the critical omega-3 fat that makes up our brain, where lutein and zeaxanthin is also swimming there. So when it comes to our brain, when it comes to our eyes, there's no more important ingredient than omega-3s. And of course, I didn't even mention where it all started, is that when it comes to omega-3s, it's hard to find a more important natural ingredient to support heart health than omega-3s. So whether a product is affordable as this is, when it's done correctly. Unfortunately, most omega-3 products contain a synthetic form of omega-3s,
right.
Which, why would you go to fish oil, synthesize something out of that fish oil, and unfortunately deliver it in a form that's not a natural form? It makes no sense. And then the products upset your stomach. They're in large pills that are hard to swallow. That what we do is we basically go directly to Mother Nature, get her benefits in their natural form, in their ideal form, in their ideal balance, and without stomach upset, without a fishy aftertaste. Every single product that is a typical omega-3 product has problems. And the problems are all well known, and we all know why we hate omega-3 products. What I've done differently is our product eliminates all of those problems.
Yeah.
None of them remain. It is just a perfect omega-3 experience.
You can get the largest size, a 360 caps, for under $100 if you order today. Free shipping and FlexPay. FlexPay on every size, free shipping on every size. There's no pricing threshold that you have to meet. Again, a lot of people stock up on this. I often talk about it. I think it's always important to make sure that for every viewer that's been with Andrew over so many years on QVC and HSN, to all the new folks that are maybe joining us for the very first time, Andrew Lessman brand of products, ProCaps, supplements, vitamins, is HSN's #1 seller. Most highly reviewed products of all time. Here's 2 reviews on this one. You'll see people talk about the same things. Their experience with Andrew's Omega is different to others. So on our first review, it says best fish oil. I have used Maximum Essential Omega-3 over the last 4 years. I tried many competitor products before, but did not have a good experience with any of them. I experienced no aftertaste or repeating with Andrew's product. I currently take 8 of his other products daily. The only fish oil that worked for me. Our family has been ordering Maximum Essential Omega-3 for 6 years. I still remember the time when I tried a few store-bought brands and had to abandon them within a few days. They would cause stomach pains and fishy burps. When I tried this one, no such problems. I have stuck with it ever since. Andrew's Omega-3 has worked consistently. Benefits include better ability to handle stress, sharpness of the brain and vision, relief in joint discomfort. Thank you, Andrew. That's the point, Andrew. It's so varied, which is why people initially have such a strong interest in taking an Omega product in the first place.